There's a solution to every problem. And just for conversation's sake, let's say there are exceptions in a physical circumstance, like the body, like a foot's been destroyed. Okay. Well, we can find a solution. It won't be the same foot again. But that being said, there's a solution for every problem. There's a solution for every issue. It may not be what it originally started with. It may be something that looks and feels different because the situation has changed or you have changed. So there's a solution to every issue, and oftentimes we don't like the solution. And I think there's many solutions, but the one we're looking at that seems to answer it, we don't like it for some reason. It may threaten us in some way. Maybe we feel the solution isn't worth the cure, and to keep suffering, keep holding this arrow that we're plunged with, trying to figure out a reason why we shouldn't pull out the arrow instead of pulling out the arrow, as in solutions that we actually do see and are aware of, but we're like, oh, I could never do that. That's impossible. That's insane. I don't know about that. I don't think so, Tim. You know, that's what I'm starting to see. There's always a solution, but sometimes we may be put off by the effort involved or what it may take or what we perceive it to take. So we hang on with the slow poison that slowly poisons our whole life, and that creates many other poisons. And it's just this cycle. It's like a lie. It's like we have this dysfunction, we have this lie, and to maintain the illusion of the lie, which only we know about, it grows bigger and bigger, and the amount of energy needed to sustain it is more and more, until a point where a breakdown inevitably occurs, because it's a dysfunction of mind. So when we have these solutions that we're like, oh, I don't want to do that, because we've pre-decided mentally what that future is going to be and what's going to happen, one that we could never know. But that's where your mind isn't being used as a tool, but at that point it's actually a tool using you. And we can often have these things using us that we don't realize, like especially the subconscious. It's a storehouse for all of our conscious experiences, and it runs, it's neutral, it's not positive or negative, it just runs the programming it has. So it may be set up in a way that's really counterproductive. You know, if it's programmed in ways of fear, like I want to go do that, subconscious, but yeah, but you can't do that because of this. It's got a justified file cabinet reason of all the reasons not to, and it's just a program. It's just a program. It's not you. But in terms of us turning to train this now and build this and understand what's going on, so now the solutions are coming up, where it's very uncomfortable. It's the most different thing that you can ever experience, because it's everything more than you're not. Everything that you feel like you're lacking, it's all those things to experience. And that's scary to a familiar mind who wants safety and wants the same thing, wants the waves to like, but those waves are gonna be like, when it's a process of stripping down the old, as the mind tries to comprehend what it cannot understand, what it cannot rationalize. So usually the ego like kicks in the danger response, you know? So that's the kind of question I wanted to ask today is, do you have the solutions? Do you have the solutions, but you're afraid of them? It's either the slow poison that kills us over time, or maybe a pretty excruciating pull out and heal up, because that's a process too. Dealing with something isn't always comfortable, but not dealing with it is that times 10 over the rest of your existence, because it's a rule or agreement that's been made and it sits within you, living bound by the rules of the agreement. What are your agreements? Do you have solutions but feel you can't do the solution? Do you have programming working against your solutions that you're consciously trying to make as well? Have a beautiful night. Season's greetings. Got these hot summer days, cold winter nights. It's interesting. Peace.